Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this another live, and we have another interesting topic. And I really would love to hear from you what topic you want to hear. You want to hear about how to lose weight, how to be consistent, how to stop procrastination, how to worry less, or how to mend your relationships, or how to make your life more purposeful, how to reignite the power within you. So, what topic you want to listen? So, you want to tell me that, okay? But today's topic is about in laws. So, I was thinking, okay, we talked about the our teenagers yesterday. So, I thought, okay, let me just talk about the in laws today. Because when we are married and we have family, so we actually in usually not usually in the Desi culture, when we say the when two people marry, the families also marry. So we start calling the family as extended family. So actually, when a boy and a girl marry, like you're going to extend the family because now you have your mom and dad and all your mom's side relatives and dad's side relatives, and also now you are part of the new family, which is your spouse's family. And for him also the same thing, he also gets a new mom dad and you also get a new mom dad. And maybe in the beginning you call them uncle and auntie, and sometimes you call as mom dad only. And I completely understand, like his mom dads are his mom dads and your mom dads are your mom dad. So that is always there because you have the connection with your parents, with because they gave birth to you, so you have a womb connection with them, so that cannot be going anywhere, and that's the most dearest and the most closest connection because that gave you this life. And the same thing with your spouses, like your husband, he has his mom dad and he has a womb connection with his mom and his dad because they gave him birth. So you need to understand this, like for the way your mom dad are important for you, his mom dad are important for him. And for both of you it is going to be like, like balancing act where you can keep the peace in the family, because you're going to grow the children and they're going to watch you, and the new generation is going to come, the past generation is with you. So how all this family dynamic can be more peaceful, more enjoyable, more lighter, because when all these things, when these things at your home are addressed, you can imagine that you have so much time, so much money, so much energy to do so many other things. And the purpose of our life is like growing, using our full potential, serving and expanding, evolving. And to do that, you need to have some time, you need to have some energy, you need to have the money also. So, all this, if you are going to engage it, just making your family, like your mom's sides and your in-laws side, like creating that peace, and that peace is not happening, and you are angry and they are angry, and it is like your energy is drained right over there. And how you'll get energy to do something else when this basic thing is not addressed? So, this is extremely, extremely important, because whatsoever you say, if your in laws they are not in sync with both of you, your husband is suffering, and that is going to happen. So, like you will not see it maybe, or he will not show it, but there is the pain inside going on. So we need to just make sure, like, like because you are connected with your husband, with you chose, both of you, like chose each other. The God has chosen you uniquely and put you, both of you together, because 100% you have some lessons to learn during this lifetime, and you're going to be the complement of each other. Okay, so just think about it. So over here, if we make an attempt to just a little bit more understand, maybe we can save so much of our energy, time, and also money, I would say. Because if you will think deeply, all these three things will come into picture. Because if there is no sink, then like it is going everywhere or it is going nowhere, maybe. And sometimes like it happens like actually we say like other women should understand the other woman, because your mother-in-law is also women and you're also women. And then I'm just not talking about here just mother-in-law, it's like a mother-in-law and father-in-law also. So in some families, like the father-in-laws, like they love their daughter-in-law more, and then there is some kind of a friction between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. Or it is sometimes other way around also, like the father-in-law is very strict and he has certain rules and regulations and ethics, and those need to be followed because everybody's been following all this time. And sometimes for your brain it is not making sense why I should follow. And first of all, like you have a complete different environment where you're growing up. Maybe your parents, they were like they made you very independent, and now you are going in-laws family and they are so protective. They don't want you to, like, be alone or go somewhere alone. They will drive you, or like, they will be with you, or they want to assist you if you're living together, of course. So, and for you it is everything is weird, but they're doing it out of love only. And that's the way they are raised, and that's the way they brought up their child. And like they feel like, okay, she is our responsibility and now we need to be supporting her. So many things. Or I always see, like, like means we know so many serials are there, so many soap episodes are there, like typical like mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law relationship means like one of them has to be a witch kind of a character. Either if the mother-in-law is not a witch, then the daughter-in-law is a witch, and then daughter-in-law is not a witch, a simple seedi sadi bahu, then the then the mother-in-law is a witch, and then on top of it, like that, the nanan, like, the sister-in-law comes into picture. Now she's going to be your supportive or on the side of her mom, and like all that stuff starts. Okay, so why to complicate all this? Why to complicate? We have got a beautiful life. We have got this human life this time, and we are able to do so many things. Like, the animals, they cannot do so many things. You have a brain which is so powerful, and you have so much of the potential because you have come with so much of energy and potential and skill sets, and you're uniquely designed. And when you believe that, you really do not have time to spend in petty things. So why not just understand and some things let go, or like reframe them, or like confront them than just pressing it or suffocating it and bursting. So everybody is human, no? So if you will talk, the other person also is going to talk. And again, always remember, the change will happen from you only. You're not going to change anybody else, nor neither your husband, nor your in-laws, nor your parents, nobody else. Like it's your job is to fix you or change you, and get evolved, grow from there, and see like how I can look at this in a different perspective. And you can see the magic happening. You can literally see the magic in just few months also. Like, and this is like I hear it so many times, like from the clients also, like, when they are going through this transformation journey, that they're changing and applying what they are learning, and then they see the result. And that is like a magical result, and sometimes you're not even able to put the price to it, because it's so much of the worth of like having this relationship converting to the peaceful and the happy and balanced relationship, like, where, and again, nothing can be ideal. There will be some ups and downs, but again, how you come back to that neutral point where it is actually you're supporting each other to grow, supporting each other to have that peace, have that harmony. And you will see when the family is like this, like, oh my god, then it is like kind of a powerful combination together, and like they are, they will be thriving 100%, they'll be thriving so much more because they're almost like on the same page, like not 100% but 60%, 70% is still better than just 10% or 20%, you know so just think about it. So if we want to, some of the pointers which I wanted to share, it is like one of the thing is like we are going to talk about the in-laws. Okay, so I'll talk about maybe your parents later, or your spouse also maybe later, we can talk about it, but let's just try to focus on the in-laws. So see, they they raise this child, means your husband, and now you suddenly come and he is in love with you, and now like they will be like they'll feel like, okay, he is changing because they are overprotective, and they feel like, okay, what happened now, and like and they start feeling that insecurity, like suddenly maybe he will change so much, and because of this girl he's changing. So they are little bit overprotective, and if you understand, they love him a lot. So because of that, like they're showing that overprotection kind of a thing you know Another thing is like when you go to the new family, then they will be like, in our family we do things like this. So there is like a kind of a certain way of doing certain things, to the extent like certain way to make a certain cooking recipe also, or a certain way to do a certain puja also, a certain way of like the lifestyle also. Maybe they have a ritual of doing the um, uh, kind of a prayer together, or maybe they have a ritual of like a meeting on certain events during the year, like the holidays, a festival is there, so they have and then on those holidays there is a certain menu has to be there, there is certain rituals to be done, so many things are there. So one thing is there, see, having if we are together, it is still good. And if for whatsoever the reason, like you're not with your in-laws and you're independent, but like your duty is to keep everybody together for that harmony and peace and ease in the family and growth of the family, because the women of the family can if she decides, like she can take the whole family with her to the next level. Actually, we were talking about this on the Sunday, one of the event, because that one woman, if she gets educated, she opens her mind for this personal development and the growth, and like changing her way of living, and get elevated at the different level where she start feeling that peace, ease and harmony. She takes the whole family along with her. So that's what we were talking on the Sunday event. But again, over here, like the those things may be important to them, so maybe you want to understand why they are important to them, than just maybe dismissing it. So that is another thing. Okay, so another thing the in-laws they like to do, like they want to advise, and this is maybe not new to you because your parents also keep advising you. But somehow sometimes you feel that like if your in-laws are giving advice, it is feeling more specific, like maybe like they're giving instructions, they always keep giving advice or something. And maybe sometimes maybe you could be lenient with your parents, like because you grew up and they kept giving advice for whole your life. Now whatever you took to implement in your life for your own benefit, that is up to you. And same principle maybe you want to like apply over here, because try to understand there is a big generation gap over here, like both of the generations, like like it's different. So like they of course they have more experience, they have done different things with less resources in their life, and they have only that much exposure, so they're going to give you advice, and you want to just listen to it maybe. Another one is like maybe because there's a generation gap, like there is not much boundaries, so may not understand the concept of like you have certain routine, or you have certain commitments, or you like to do certain things. Your job is to explain them. Another one is the comparison. Okay, I'm trying to keep it shorter because this could be a complete, like a workshop, I would say, like an hour or 90 minutes workshop. And I would love to hear more things, like what all the things which you come across in your day-to-day life, which could be the conflicting conflicting situations, and you would like to make peace with it, or you want to share with, like, this also could happen. If you've already made a piece, you can share, like, okay, how did you do that? Or like a burning situation which you're going through, it's like, okay, whatsoever I do it, but my mom-in-law, like, she's not liking me. Means even I will make my poster on the ground, still she will have something else to say or something like that. So I would love to hear this. Very interesting. These will be very interesting sharing, maybe. Okay. So another one which I was talking about is the comparison. So वो दूसरे की बहू वो अच्छी है, वो ऐसा करती है, or like in if in your family only, like you have three four bahus, or like they have three kids and three of you are the daughter-in-laws, then again that is the thing, comparing one with the other. And like sometimes you just get irritated, like, that everybody is different, but like it's so much of irritation because it's like every time, whatever it is you're trying to share, you're trying to be nice, but you're getting compared, and nobody likes to get compared, for that matter. You know that your teenager, of course, doesn't like to get compared. We talked about it yesterday. So now, the another is, like, the guilt. So like, I have done so much for you guys, and I'm doing everything, we are doing everything for you, and this and that, like, and this, the guilt one, like, you have gone through when you were growing up with your parents also. You must have at least once listened, हम आपके लिए इतना कर रहे हैं, आप हमारे लिए क्या कर रहे हैं? So guilt one is there. Okay, so you want to understand, but like there are certain decisions in your life, if you want to make it, you have to make it, like, if is even it's your parents or your in-laws, another thing is, maybe you feel that they are constantly hovering on your life, like, they want to know everything in detail, and like, it's like a constant nagging kind of a situation, and you maybe don't want to um like share everything, like, and like maybe you want to like ask, like, like whatever important, maybe like you can be clear about it, what you would say, what you would not say. But again, more is the communication, and the communication itself is a topic. It's kind of like a complete module to teach, like, because communication comes into every relationship, even at your job, even at your home, even at with your child, even with your spouse, even with your parents, even with your in-laws. The communication is something which is, so it's a biggest key. And if you have that communication better and open, then it is going to be always, you'll be having the benefit of it. Okay. Another few things like you can observe is like the silent treatments, like, so if like, बहुत ज़्यादा झगड़ा हो रहा है, बहुत ज़्यादा conflict हो रहा है, so like, like it's a silent treatment kind of a thing, like you do it that with your spouse also, maybe. So these are the things, like, you have faced this in different relationships, and somehow the same thing happens with the in-laws, or mother-in-law or father-in-law. It is more hurtful, sometimes it is more escalated, and sometimes you start doubting yourself, like, what did I do wrong? Oh no, I am done with it, I do not want to do anything, or something like that. Suddenly you go extreme, and then you only think, why I'm thinking so extreme, like they're also human being, I'm also human being. So like, like you need to be like thinking about this. Okay. And the other thing is, like, when in the new family, because this is a different, your spouse's family, they'll have like certain expectations also, like, हमें ऐसा चाहिए, हमें ये चाहिए, so like, and all these things, like, you want to understand, you want to tell what you can do, and tell what you cannot do, and you can explain, you can still be nicer, you can still have the healthier relationship, and everything can be so much better if you can uh, just be normal and not defensive or not offensive, like, all these things are not going to help. So the efforts is what, like, we want to make it, the relationships, so much peaceful. And if there is a peace with your in-laws, you will see that your husband also is going to have a kind of a satisfaction in his subconscious mind. Okay, at least this area he doesn't need to worry about it. And you may be thinking, Geeta, you're talking this like in America, like we so many are just like, the parents even don't stay with you, you just meet once in a, like a once in a year, or four three times in a year. But like in desi culture, I feel that even your in-laws are here, or even your in-laws just come for visiting here, they live for 2 weeks or 6 months or whatever the time period, they are part your family, they're here or they're in India, or you're living together or you're not living together, that's your family. So now, this family, we want to keep on one page, together, happy. And yes, we have got that power, being women, and we can easily do it than a boy can do it. Actually, I would say this particular thing is like, the love and the compassion and understanding. This is more of the women, the yin part of the women, or yin part, we can say, and they are naturally in you. You are created like this by the God. So let's just use it and make it better. I hope I added some value today. And give a comment if any other topic you want to hear. And I have given the link to book the free discovery call with me. You can connect with me, and the link I'll put it in the comment, so you can book it. It's I'll open few slots on the calendar, and would love to connect with you. With that, ending this live. See you then. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care.